Hey everybody, welcome back to Overland, Florida. I'm Kevin, Katie's behind the camera, and today we're going to be talking about this cool little battery bank right here. This is the SOUP 1100J, and that's 1100 watts, so it's actually a rather large battery bank. And this thing is actually really impressive. Now I've never heard of this company or anything. They actually mailed this to me to do a review. They're not available on Amazon or anything that we can tell. They just have a standalone website. So the reviews are kind of hit and miss, but from what we've been using this is actually really impressive. We'll just start by turning this machine on. One of the most notable things is, this is actually, believe it or not, even on higher end name brand battery banks, you don't get this much information. So right here you have the output watts. So right now I have a refrigerator plugged into it. The refrigerator is taking up to like 40, 42 watts. That's really good information to know. You also have input watts. So if I was to hook this up to a solar panel or something like that, it'll tell me how many watts are actually coming in the machine. Right here, this little spinny thing right down here, this is actually for the fans. On the side of this machine, there's fans that cool the batteries and cool everything. So that's just letting you know the fans are on. And a really big piece of information that's good to know is this has a digital readout. So right now the battery's at 56%. A lot of battery banks don't give you that. They just give you like a traditional cell phone battery readout. So you have like bars, but you don't know how long these bars are going to last. You don't know what percentage it's at. Over here on the far left, another good piece of information. So if this refrigerator was to stay on and draw a constant 40 something watts at 56% battery power, I could run this for approximately 8 to 9 hours. That's a really good piece of information to know. You know how long you have before you need to find power to charge this thing up. So let's talk about charging. If you were to plug this into the wall, it's going to take about 6.5 hours from dead to charge to full. If you're going to plug this into your car, you got about a minimum of 10 hours to charge. If you're going to plug this into a solar panel, you have about 20 hours to charge. Now, it's not just plugging the solar panel in and waiting 20 hours and it's charged. That's 20 hours of good, solid sunlight. So that's going to take a couple days, because very rarely do you get full days of nothing but sunlight. So just want to get the information out at the beginning. So let's talk about the front of this. You have 3 110 volt plugs. All right, you got your on and off button right here. You have your input, so you have your power charging wire right here. Let me see if I can find one real quick for you. Whoops. So this is actually a heavy duty plug. Look at that plug right there. So it's not some chintzy little cell phone charger like I ran to in the past. This thing's gonna plug in the front and you're gonna get really good power, really good connection. It's not gonna wear out or anything like that. You only get one 12 volt socket. I'd like to see maybe 2 or 3, because a lot of things you use when you're camping or whatnot is gonna be 12 volt socket just like that. You have 2 12 volt 10 amp plugs right here. You have 2 USB right here. And you have 2 micro USB or USB-C right there. On the side of this, just a little vent right here for air to come through. On the back, you got a light. It's actually pretty bright, pretty impressive. You even have a brighter light than that. Push it again, you got your SOS emergency. Push it again, it's off. Right here, you got your cooling fans. So when this is on, as you can see right there, it's got the little spinny fan emoji, I guess you could call it, and it's blowing out air, so it's going to keep the unit cool, and that's going to make it to where this is going to last a long time. It's not going to be something that's going to get really hot, and after so many uses, it's going to eventually wear itself down. The cooling fans are going to help keep the electronics in good condition and last a long time. To turn this section on right here, you just push that, and to turn this section on right here, you just push that. So there's not a whole lot to it. It is a very impressive unit. It does come in at like $899, which is rather expensive, but if you look at other brands like Gold Zero, Yeti, and stuff like that, for 1100 watts, this is actually priced pretty well. There's not a whole lot of reviews on it, so I don't have anything against this. There's nothing on here that's nitpicky. It's got a regulated 12 volt socket, so it's gonna give you 12 volts all the way down to 0% battery. A lot of other battery banks, kind of like this one right here, I think, this one right here is not a regulated 12-volt socket. So as the battery goes to die, say it gets down to like 35%, this isn't going to be 12 volts anymore. It's going to drop down to like 11.2, 10, and a lot of electronics that you're going to use that require 12 volts aren't going to be able to be used. So like this refrigerator, if this refrigerator is not getting 12 volts from the socket, it's going to shut off. So basically you only have half the battery to use, and then this thing's useless. Whereas this one's regulated, so you're going to get a constant 12 volts all the way down from 99%, 55%, all the way down to like 1%. You're going to be able to use this refrigerator until this battery is completely dead. So that's a pretty cool feature. I wish all battery banks would do that, but not all of them are created equal. Other than that, if you guys have any comments, you're probably going to be seeing this a lot more in my videos. This is going to replace my other battery banks because this one's actually pretty impressive. The only thing that's not impressive, of course, is the price. But like I said, if you shop around, you're going to realize that a lot of the higher end 1,000 watt and larger battery banks are going to be closer to that $1,000, $1,200 mark. So it's competitively priced. That's all I got to say. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you want to go to the website, like I said, I don't get paid. If I sell these or if you guys buy these, I don't make any money off of them. They just sent this to me because I guess it's maybe like a startup. Like I said, they're not on Amazon or anything right now. So I get nothing for this. So like I said, this is a pretty good product. It's been running my refrigerators for quite some time now, and they just wanted me to show the internet, the interwebs. So here I am. So if you guys are interested in this, or if you want to read up more or visit the websites, they do have some smaller models that are of course cheaper. In the description of the video there will be a link to their website, so go ahead and check that out. Thanks for watching.